Hello, happy Survivor Sunday, everyone. Super excited. Tawnie and I are going to catch up. Got a lot to discuss. Fun fact. Survivor Sunday, everyone. Super excited. Tawnie and I are going to catch up. Got a lot to discuss. Fun fact, just saw Tawnie last week for the Fast Forward LA Summit. Sunday, everyone.
Oh no.
Super excited. Tawnie and I are going to catch up.
Do I have to mute? Oh yeah. Oops, turn your volume down.
Know where you are tuning in from.
Apologies. I
No
forgot.
worries, I think we got it. I realized, okay, so everyone, this is me and Tawnie's first time trying to stream on multiple devices. And I realized I think I need to turn the volume down on my computer because otherwise it's double playing it. Is it doing that for you?
It was, but now it's not anymore. Is it still doing it for you?
Doing it for you. Yeah. I have to turn the. Oh, that's so weird. Anyways, hello everyone. I heard someone say that they're tuning in from the Philippines. I think if I saw that. Let us know where everyone is watching from. And Leroy, Texas, awesome. I hope everyone. If you celebrate the 4th of July holiday and you're here in the United States, I hope that you had a lovely long weekend with your loved ones. How was yours, Tawnie?
It was really good to be home with the animals because I love it. I'm usually at the lake with my family, which was really nice. But it was nice to have one with Patrick because I feel bad a lot of times, he's home with the animals. So it was cool to have
if it's split up.
Yes.
So no, that's
so we had
definitely
a little pool party. We had, just some fun in the sun and hung out at home. What about you?
Similar, a lot of hanging out. I actually went to my friend's beach house, which is at the beach here in New Jersey. It's called Long Beach Island, LBI, if anyone is familiar. I went for the first time actually just last year for the 4th of July, and he invited me back this year. So I spent it with him and his girlfriend and his mom, and it was so fun. Basically, just sat at the pool. I read a lot, and we went to some breweries, we went walking, got coffee, fun stuff. So I can't complain.
Would love to ask you if reading in the sun is different for you now.
Definitely. So reading in the sun is different, and also just my left side burns in the sun, so I'm literally every 30 minutes I'm reapplying onto my left arm. But that's something that I've noticed since this happened. Someone said, watching from Nigeria, what's your names? I hope you have. Hello, Mohammed. My name is Maddie, and this is Tawnie, and we're stroke survivors, and we go live every week just to connect and,
chat about our recovery and answer things like that. I remember the first time, Maddie, when you were like, do you get burnt more on one side than the other? And it was interesting to find out from other survivors that some people were saying that their affected side does tend to get sunburnt more, and that's something weird. That the doctors, I know when we ask them, they're like, I don't know. That doesn't know. You're like, well, I'm just telling you. I was so proud of myself. I read outside, but then I needed to take a 2-hour nap.
I'll tell you, the sun drains.
Yeah.
It does the same for me. It drains me of energy. I'm exhausted, and just I think sitting out in the sun, and it's so hot. There's a heat wave here too, so it's very hot.
Absolutely. I've found wearing a hat helps being outside, and I know sometimes people are like, oh, did you look like you're outside all the time. I'm like, no, I just strategically record things when I'm outside. But then I go inside and have to rest. But I see a question.
I see a question. This is interesting. Rod says, Maddie, did the stroke have any oral effects on your teeth? I don't think so. What do you mean by that?
Chris.
I don't think it's had any effects on my teeth.
Yeah.
Apple Monkey, the hospital kicked me out. I can sit under the sun in 20 minutes. I am red brown. I feel that. I burn much easier. So teeth look amazing, by the way.
I think I definitely overheat more. I joke. I go, I feel like an egg and like I just am more sensitive to the heat and the temperature, and like once I get hot, I'm like, I need to be out of here. So I've noticed
I definitely overheat much more.
And especially since the second brain surgery, like I used to go to the beach for hours at a time. Now I find myself like I like being here because I'll be in the pool for a little bit and then come inside. Like I don't like being out, like staying for too long. And also I'll answer about the teeth thing too, because I did have a hemorrhagic stroke. No, but I don't know if this is something along that line. Oh, it's Deke on Instagram. Okay, because we have some people over on Facebook and YouTube, so you guys can say hello, and I'll make sure to read the comments. They kept telling my mom that I would be sensitive to like the water. I might burn myself with like a shower, like soups or stuff. I definitely. It's like my husband teases me. I'm like, oh my God, the coffee is still too hot. I can't eat it. And so I feel like I'm more sensitive to like temperatures still in my mouth.
Different temperatures, and that's interesting. I haven't thought about that, or if I am. I don't think I feel more sensitive in terms of like the temperature of food that I eat. But yeah, it's crazy all the different ways in which a stroke can affect you.
Good setup here, Tawnie. Sorry, guys, I didn't have my usual stand, and I was like, oh, it'll be fine. But we both are survivors of hemorrhagic strokes. Maddie's was from an AVM. Mine was from a brain aneurysm.
Sandro says, so Sandro, me, and Tawnie all met last week at the Stroke Summit, which is super cool. By the way, I feel like we should touch a little bit on that, Tawnie. But first, I see that he asked a question. I see you've had no filter after my stroke. Is that normal? I think so, because I'm also like that as well.
It totally is. Actually, with any TBI, you usually have like the filter is gone. I definitely noticed that. Some people ask if the colorful hair and me being like out there was from the stroke. I was pretty out there before, but definitely the stroke just like took away all that.
Yeah. Definitely see that. Senor Spud says, I wish I could have went to the summit. The good news is, Senor Spud, there will be more. No dates finalized as of yet, but as soon as they are, I definitely will let you know when I'm planning the next one, and like hopefully eventually we'll be able to get to more locations and reach even more survivors. Would definitely love to meet you. It was so great. Tawnie and I had met only once in person before, so this is the second time that we'd even met. And like some other survivors that were there, I had met them before, but most of them I had not.
Right.
So it was really cool. Like, I don't know, what are your comments on the Stroke Summit last week?
Same thing. It was so cool to see some of you guys. But what's funny is, like you said, it's only me and Maddie's second time meeting an actual physical person.
Crazy.
It was my first time meeting her mom. I was so excited to like hug her mom and thank her for having Maddie, and all that good stuff. And just to meet other survivors for the first time is always so helpful. And I'll tell you guys, I really took away from it. Oh, thank you. It was so nice. Like,
the funniest thing I think about it is like when you finally meet someone that you've been talking to online for like a long time, you're like, oh my God, you're actually a real person. Like, of course we think everyone's real people, but like you don't like always put the face to the person. To like then seeing them in real life, it's like, whoa.
Well, and like some people, like Patrick's actually very quiet and reserved in person. Like you would think actor, TV likes to talk, but doesn't. And so I will tell you, also meeting people in person, it was such a good reminder. Like, just because recently with the heat and everything, it's really been taking it out of me. I've been having to take more naps, and like I literally found myself being like, why are you having to take more naps? And because we had just had that round table and everyone was just talking, I was like, hold up. What would you say to one of your friends? And like, you're doing really great and it's summertime, and like even a normie, like, is like, oh man, this heat is taking it out of me.
You'd probably be tired from I feel like even normal people, like that level of just socializing and like talking to people, like it would take a toll in energy levels on anyone, I think.
Plus we were having like emotional conversations. Like it was so great. My heart was so full, but like I seriously cried, like so many tears, so many happy tears, like watching people play and just It was, if you have the chance, I know a lot of you, I'm not trying to make you be like so sad that you missed it. I'm just encouraging you to go to the next one, because it took me a lot longer to reach out in person, because I just thought, as I'm sure many of us have heard, you're so different. So you're kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it would be nice to meet, but like, I don't really need to. I'm good, is kind of how I used to feel. Like, I'm good. Like, it would be nice. And like, I just have to tell you, like, there's a soul connection. There's just something about meeting other survivors.
Yeah, it's so special.
Yeah. That's what I said when
I missed something. I think Senor Spud said something, and I can't find it now. I do feel like talking takes it out of me, though. That's something that I worked like a lot on in the early stages of my recovery, because I remember a time, and I don't know if my mom's still on here, but she'll remember when like I literally couldn't hold a conversation for more than 2 minutes without like getting extremely tired and like, needing to take a nap.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those skills, those muscles that just needs to be built back up. And I found, like, the more that I put myself into a situation where I'm having an extended conversation with a person, it did over time start to feel a little more normal.
Absolutely. Practicing it. And I actually found my old journal, and if there was a lot of conversations going on, I would have shut down. I remember early in my recovery, I was with people and they wanted to go out to like a restaurant. And when we were in that restaurant, all the noises and everything, I was way overstimulated. So for me, I was even like, it's cool to see that I can talk for longer and not get super tired, but also that like I can have multiple conversations. I still forget stuff. But I definitely am seeing more growth in that.
And it's cool, like, I'll just say one other thing. It's cool, like, when you meet a survivor, like Tawnie and I met, when did we meet? It was like
yeah, last year in December.
So like the end of last year. And then like meeting again and like seeing changes and like, like being along for the ride to like see each other grow, like each time you meet up, and it's like, oh wow, like, I don't know. I find it super cool.
It is.
So taking naps is not so abnormal. Not at all. Not at all, Sandro. I think that's a very common thing. Like, I see it with a lot of the stroke survivors I interact with. It's a lot of people, especially, if you're going into rehab and, your main focus is on all of that. Like, it's exhausting. Like, you're literally learning to rewire your brain, and it takes a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, I remember my one physical therapist being like, I don't care if you don't actually nap, but I need you after someone comes over, I need you not to watch a show, not to do stuff. You need to just like decompress. And I almost feel like, as I told my husband the other day, like, he's like, do you notice with the second brain surgery, like, I go, honestly, it's a big difference between the first one. I was still in so much pain and I was so in survival mode that I pushed through. Like, I would lay down for a nap and I would not let myself nap. It's like I was still so like, I got to do something. There's something else I need to do. And
right. And it's hard, especially if you're people like us who really are like more on the go, like always going from one thing to the next. But it is just as important for our brains and our healing to be able to like take that time to rest, because brains need rest in order to recover.
And now that's why I even do mindful, like, I don't necessarily nap. I just sit there and listen to a meditation. But recently, like, my husband even said, I take in the afternoon, since I started exercising more, I straight up in the middle of the afternoon need to take like an hour to 2 hour nap. If I don't, I go to bed at like 7. And lately, like, I fought through the nap one day and then I went to bed early, and I just am like, you know what? Oh, well, that's what we do now. And it's so much better because, I get to do a lot of things. I'm walking the dogs, I'm exercising, I'm doing all this stuff, but like, I have to take a nap. And I feel like old me early in my recovery would have felt like that's regressing, or I would have felt like, oh no, now I need more rest. Like, what's wrong? And now I'm more just like, this is just the phase of my journey. I've learned that, to not think of things that way. I don't,
I was just trying to read. I saw you got a comment.
No. Pam, I am so sorry. Are you going through recovery? Is that what's started the whole journey?
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that, Pam.
We will.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing is I want everyone to take a deep breath right now.
We will get through this.
Guess what? That is a second chance. Like you, no matter what you've been through, like you have a 100% success rate because you're watching this right now. So you are going to get through this. And that has gotten me through.
And yes, it's tough, but we can do hard things. I like to think of it like, it happened to us because we're the type of people that can handle like really hard challenges. So the challenges are what end up making us stronger and more, capable moving forward. So
that reframing of instead of why is this happening to me is it's happening for me.
Exactly. It's all about how we look at it.
It really is. And it's helped so much. And that's why these weekly chats with Maddie and other survivors, it's so helpful. And sometimes you just have to vent that out, as I like to say, I just try to not unpack and stay there. But the more I learned to feel my feelings, instead of, I will admit in the beginning, there was a lot of, toxic positivity, like just trying to gratitude myself into. But when you just can kind of acknowledge that, hey, this is kind of crappy, but you know what? It's not permanent. Nothing is like things change. It does get better. We do get better. Oops. Sorry. Need the table.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. But I'm glad you said for the Survivor meetup. So Maddie did one on the East Coast and the West Coast. So hopefully, you guys, we can keep talking.
I think next year we can do. I'm definitely wanted to do New York again and like somewhere in California. I mean, LA again would be just easy because we've already done it there. But we'll see. No dates have been sent for anything, but keep this on your radar, guys. If you want to come, I'm definitely going to do New York again. Just need to find a different venue for this time.
And I forgot that we have the channel. So whenever we have events going on, we have created a channel. You guys can't talk in there. So that's just kind of like stuff from me and Maddie. And just to let you guys know.
To learn how to post in that.
I'll show you. It's so cool. It's kind of just like going in your messages. Like you can just like now.
Can people here subscribe to our channel or?
Yeah, they can join the channel. It doesn't cost anything. And like I forgot, I just shared this. And so then when we plan any future updates, any meetups, anything like that, it will be in that channel. If you go to Maddie's page or my page and you press like underneath our info, you'll see the channels. I have like a lot of different channels. I have like an update channel.
So it's on
both of our pages. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right,
but if you can't find it, just message me and I can send you the link. I just don't have it off the top
like
of
immediately.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, and let's celebrate this from a church today. Didn't have time to take a nap, but I was so proud of myself that I was able to make it to church and not feel tired. That's amazing. Wow.
Huge accomplishment.
Seriously, congratulations, Sandra. That's huge because it can be very tiring, especially putting yourself out there, going into like a social type setting or like a gathering, like a community thing, like church. It can be definitely very draining also because then there's all the other people at church that you have to, interact with either during the service or after or before. And wow, going through that without a nap or anything, that is really a huge accomplishment. So
super impressive. And speaking of naps, I don't know if anybody else notices this. What I found sometimes before events too, I do like a rest. Like I try and, not have a lot going on. And because before it used to be like, oh, I'll run my errands and I'll get the gift for the party before the party and I'll do all the things. I've learned now, you got to have stuff set up, girl. We do a thing and then we rest.
Did I miss anything else? Muhammad, so I can't be anyone's girlfriend without going on dates with them. So
you have to woo her. You have to woo Maddie.
Exactly. It's not so easy.
Yeah, you can't just ask. There has to be some wooing involved.
Exactly. We've never been on a date, so
That would be step one.
I can't comment on that. Did I miss anything else? I don't think so.
Lynn, shallow. No, and with the yes before events, rest is a must.
I was going to say that. Yeah, definitely a must, Dion.
And I gave one of my things is having earbuds in your ear, even if you're not playing music, to just help for not have the like, I don't know, all the feedback of everybody and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that helps me sometimes on sunglasses.
Yeah, that's a good tip.
Coffee.
I wear sunglasses a lot. I find, well, also just I'm a little more sensitive to light, I think, and especially like when it's, I mean, obviously when it's sunny outside, like I don't know.
I'm
something
definitely,
I like to do.
Yeah, I'm way more sensitive to sunshine, and I wear sunglasses a lot more now. Your husband does that at work? Yeah, I do it when I'm going through the airport. A lot of times I don't have music playing. I just like have my earbuds in because it just like helps. And then also you're like, wait, what? If someone does talk to you, you don't have to if you don't want to. Coffee? Oh, are you asking her on coffee? I was like, are you saying the coffee is helpful? Yes.
Wait, I didn't see that. What about coffee?
Soon your spud just put coffee? ? He.
Oh, I do drink coffee. Yes, I love coffee.
Yes, I love coffee.
I have it every morning.
Yeah. Oh. I do drive.
I do not drive.
Yes.
For me, it's because of the vision, not necessarily my arm. So the missing vision makes it, like, I think just a little unsafe. I'm sure if I really wanted to, I could learn, but I live in New York City, and you don't necessarily need to know how to drive living in Manhattan because it's so easy to get around on public transit. So that's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't care so much about driving, to be honest.
I love that. Yeah.
I'll either just have to live somewhere where there's an easy mode of transportation to get around, or I have a personal chauffeur to just take me wherever I need to go.
I like that. The personal chauffeur is perfect.
Yeah. Now I just need to make a lot more money so I can afford a constant chauffeur in my life.
I know, right? You're just like, let me just get that started. Yeah. I can drive. I just don't have a car, and I prefer not to drive. Like, my anxiety and stuff would prefer not to. And like Maddie said, I'm fine being passenger. I know to some people they're like, I understand the independence that you gain from it. However, with Ubers and everything, like I literally have not had a car for years, and I tell people I'm like, and I don't care to. Like, I would love to live in a small little town where I can walk everywhere. At our place, I can walk to the grocery store, the vet, everything. Pulls up on a horse. I mean, yeah, I would love to do that, honestly. I want to live on a farm and I will ride the horse around everywhere.
I'm like, I can't type. I think, is it from Greece? The movie where they're like, your chariot, my lady? I can't remember what movie that's from. Where's my brother? He's the one who knows all of these.
He would know? Oh,
I was like, is it Greece? I was thinking Greece, but I'm not so sure.
It might be. No, I think it is when he pulls up.
When Kaneki like opens the car doors and he's like, your chariot, my lady.
I think so.
But yeah, when he said pulls up.
Yep, look, your mom, Greece. Your mom said so, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't just making it up. My mom knows I'm so bad at like the movie. I know a lot of movie quotes, like because my siblings are always quoting movies, but I couldn't
pinpoint it.
Remembering, it's from this scene of this Harry Potter movie. Like, no. But yeah, your chariot, my lady. I knew if there was someone in my family, they would know.
I love it. Oh, and when we share this, after we're done going live, when I share this to stories, I will add our channel so you guys can just like join it easily.
Perfect. So it's
on both of our pages.
So yeah, we'll share the details to that.
Yeah. Oh, I know, because we started early and we were trying to keep these around 30 minutes because everyone's.
We did, I guess. Maybe just a minute in case anyone has any last minute comments or questions. We can stick around. I'll just wait and see if anyone else does. But
yes.
Yeah, I think there's been a couple of people who logged on to this live that were at the Los Angeles Summit, which just
where in Manhattan? Lynn.
Oh, someone asked where in Manhattan.
Yeah.
I live, so I live in Manhattan. I live in the Upper West Side.
Upper West Side.
I love it there. Are you also in Manhattan?
No, she's not, but her son is out there.
Oh, nice. Yeah, hit me up next time you're there.
Yeah.
And next time you come to visit your son, we can certainly meet up. I love living there. It's a great place.
I know. You love it. You adventure. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
take me at, I can't wait, like next month to go to the mountains. Maddie's definitely a city girl.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong, like mountains and stuff are nice too. I just don't do that as much, but I do enjoy it. As an introvert before the stroke, getting more social is daunting. Definitely can relate to that. But yeah, no, it can be daunting, I think, especially like initially if you're not used to like putting yourself out there in a situation where you're socializing with other people. But I think, small doses, it's a great way to like kind of push your boundaries a bit, to like try something that puts you outside your comfort zone, something you're not too familiar with doing. I always think that's trying new things is a great form of rehab.
Yeah. Like going to a restaurant, that's what I would suggest to start doing. Cause I started getting really bad anxiety about going out and meeting new people and just going to new places. So by just slowly doing small things like that, and now, like I said, at this last event, I wasn't all shaky before I got there. Exactly. Getting the cold showers was a way, making myself get uncomfortable and getting over that feeling of like, my body likes to react to everything new. It gets nervous, but I like to tell myself that I'm just excited. I used to work in a bar.
Like something I sometimes do is like, to kind of help with like because like sometimes I would get a little nervous like going to an event or something where I don't really know anyone. So I just started doing it more. Like I just start going to more events where like I really essentially don't know anyone, because I like being uncomfortable in that way. And like, okay, now I'm forced to talk to people because like I don't know anyone. So I like to do like little things like that, or even a small way to do it is you could just like take yourself out to eat. Like I used to be kind of weird about like, oh, like if I'm, like eating out in public, like by myself, like, and I'm not like eating with someone else, but like
ask people. A lot of grown adults say they're like, I could not eat by myself. But getting comfortable that way, just being like, you know what, it's me and I want to have fun. And so like I will say the solo traveling also really helped with that. Yes. It like forces you to be like, okay, well, I got to go grab some food and do some things. But I love that you said like small doses. I know that Lynn said I feel that way now since I've got that new TIA stuff starting. It is. And like we said, I mean, a lot of times then I call people on the phone. Like it used to be when I was at the airport, I was on the phone with my mom the entire time. No joke. Yeah. I mean, something like that is like a good opportunity, I think, to catch up with friends or people you haven't spoken to in a while. But yeah, I think, in small doses, putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation, makes it eventually, it becomes comfortable after time. So like even something small, like taking yourself out for coffee and like sitting down at a coffee shop and like enjoying it just by yourself. Like I love to do little things like that, because it's like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I feel a little bit of social anxiety, or like, are people going to think it's weird that I'm just here sitting by myself, But like, no one cares. Yeah. And literally no one cares. That's something I learned. And like you said, I felt a lot of anxiety going to church today, mainly because of my walking. And it is, the more you do it and you realize nobody's really looking at me for that long, no one is really noticing me. They're all busy in their own life. It starts making it easier. So it definitely is for sure something practicing. And like rewarding yourself. That's why I like pairing it with food stuff, because that's naturally intrinsic. Exactly. Anything paired with food is going to be good. Oh no. My phone died. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Ongoing thing. But if not, I guess I can just
My
I might just
phone died.
end it 'cause I don't even know if this is continuing. Yeah, it looks like she just left. All right, well, on that note, I think I'll have to end this. But yeah, send us a DM. We can add you to the channel, and I hope to see you guys all next week. Have a good day, everyone.